Hi everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I just wanted to share really quickly. Yesterday was 1 month from Bill's accident, and I kept really busy all day, so it didn't really affect me all that much. It did some at night after, I wasn't so busy and my parents had left, that I spent quite a bit of time crying and stuff and missing him. But today it has really, really hit me, and it was very hard to go through my classes today without bursting into tears. In some ways, I guess it's gotten a little bit better because I'm not jolted when I wake up and I don't feel him next to me. It's like it doesn't surprise me anymore. But in other ways, it's like missing him is just really wearing me down. And sometimes it's really hard to keep on with stuff. There's so much still that I have to do as a result of his death, paperwork and going to the lawyer yesterday and just, to establish his estate and just all kinds of stuff. And so that's really overwhelming, and it just doesn't really allow you the time that you need to grieve too. So that's really hard, but I guess what I was saying was it just feels sometimes like there's just not a lot of meaning in stuff, because it's like, what's the point? You kind of feel like, what's the point of planning when I'm not going to have him here to enjoy this stuff together or whatever? But it's like a couple of things. One is whether I like it or not, I'm still here, and so I have to, I can't just say, oh, I'm not going to do my job because there's no meaning to it, or because I don't feel like it, because I know that I'll regret that in the future. But there's also an aspect of trust and obey, of trusting God that he has a purpose and a plan, and just continuing to do those things in obedience. And I'm trying so hard to not just survive and just be here, but to actually thrive and make a new life and embrace the fact that I'm still here. That's still really hard. I'm kind of going through the motions on that. It's not something that I'm really feeling like I believe in a lot of ways, but I'm obeying at this point. Anyway, I shared about this in another video when I opened this, but I just wanted to share something because I didn't share about this aspect of it on a video. But a friend of mine who I've never met, she's somebody from one of the junk journal groups that I belong to, she just felt like God was leading her to send me some fabrics and stuff. And 3 of these fabrics, these are all just gorgeous. Everything that she sent me is gorgeous, but these ones here just really spoke to me, and I really felt like they were the reason that God told her to send me this package, is because there's like dragonflies and butterflies and stuff on these fabrics, and birds, and those things have kind of become a symbol to me, almost like a prophetic thing. Not prophecy in the sense of foretelling the future, but prophetic in believing something that is not already here, but that God has said, like he's told me to embrace life. And so I'm going through the motions of that. I'm walking in obedience, even though I don't feel that yet. And so butterflies especially, and birds, have become kind of the symbol of that for me. So like this explosion box that I'm making, I have butterflies all over the outside of it, and here it says, "Be never afraid to fly," which has a lot of meaning to me, which I'm not going to talk about right now. But just to say that these are symbols. And so it's like when I opened this up, which I opened it on camera, with no idea of what was in here, I almost burst out crying. I think I managed to wait until after I turned off the camera, but it was like this one especially, but these 2 also, because of the birds and butterflies. It was just like God was sending this message through my friend and saying, yes, you need to continue to embrace life. And it was kind of, I felt like he was saying, I know that it's really hard for you, but you're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. It was just like this affirmation, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, it's hard to explain, and maybe you understand even though I can't really put it into words. But it was just really special. This piece especially, with the flowers, the springtime flowers, and just all these things that are about life. And anyway, so it just meant a lot. We had kind of a development in theories, I guess, of what may have happened, and I'm not really ready to share about it yet because it's just like really emotional. It's not something that Bill could have avoided at all. It's, yeah, it's just something that's, yeah, I have to really figure out what to do with. I have to process it, and I talked to my lawyer about it, about, you know, steps that I might need to take and everything. And like I said, it's nothing that, it wasn't Bill being negligent or anything like that. It has nothing at all to do with Bill. But in some ways, it's like finding this out has offered some hope that we will know what caused the accident. And in other ways, it just makes it even more upsetting because it's like it really shouldn't have happened. And yeah, so anyway, it's just I'm really struggling. I think that and setting up his estate yesterday with the lawyer, or working on the first steps of that, kind of made it feel more real. And then, you know, it's been a month since he died, which isn't very long, but at the same time it's a long time, and I don't feel like I'm getting better. In some ways I feel like I'm feeling worse, which I think is maybe to be expected. I think that at first you're kind of in shock, and that really protects you a lot, but then as that shock wears off, you start really understanding that this is long term, that this is not going to change. It's not going to go away. He's not going to come back. And it's like I look at his picture and I miss him so much that missing is not even a strong enough word. It's like there really is a part of you that's gone, and you realize that you're not going to get it back. And I think I said this in another video, but you know, it's like people say, well, you're going to see him in heaven. And I know that's true, and I'm looking forward to that, but it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. We won't be married. You know, we won't have these goals that we're working towards, which I think was a huge part of our relationship, was that we had dreams that we were working hard towards, and that's what helped us to be able to bear some of the really difficult times that we went through, was because those were stages in this plan, you know, that we had to go through these really hard things in order to have our dream. And we went through the hard things, and we were just about to come out of them when he died, and so we didn't get to experience what we had gone through the hard things for, you know. And then things like, you know, I got a refrigerator, and I don't really feel guilty anymore about that, but I feel really sad because for the last part of his life, we were living with this stupid dorm refrigerator. I shouldn't say stupid. I'm grateful for it, but you know, it was like we didn't have a freezer, and he loves ice cream, so he couldn't have ice cream. He'd like buy a small container of ice cream and just eat the whole thing. But you know, he was used to having ice cream every evening before that and stuff, and I just feel like, you know, he didn't get to have that. And like, I bought a new bed because I need to be able to get a good night's sleep, and sleeping on that stupid lumpy old bed that you could feel the springs through is really, really hurting my back. So I got a bed, and I feel like it makes me feel sad because he never got to enjoy this nice bed. I mean, it was kind of his decision, because I kept saying we need to get a new mattress, you know, but he didn't want to because we were going to move up to the house and we had a good mattress there, you know. And so I totally understand, you know, what his reasoning was and everything, but you know, it's just, and now I'm not going to move up there, but I'm leaving that up there because I'm going to keep that house. And so Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I know that I'm doing the right thing and all that stuff, and there's a good reason for it. I'm not just like going around blowing money or anything. I'm being very, very careful, because I don't have a lot of money. And but it's like, but at the same time, I need to do certain things so that I will be able to function well, because now I have to do all of this stuff by myself. I have to run the house and take care of the animals and everything else all by myself. And so there's just certain things that I'm trying to put in place so that I can be healthier and so I can function better. So anyway, hopefully that all makes sense to you. Anyway, I just wanted to share where I'm at today. Today is August 15th. Yesterday was August 14th, so it was a month since his crash, which was July 14th, Bastille Day. And so, yeah, that's where I am. I'm having a very, very hard time. Very hard time. But I've been able to be honest, like on Facebook, and tell my friends I'm really struggling, and tons of them will make comments about that they're praying for me and stuff, and that really, really helps. And so anyway, I just felt like I needed to be able to share this stuff with y'all, and I appreciate the kind comments that I've gotten from my videos, some of them private and some of them, commenting on the videos themselves. So anyway, I hope that this is also helping other people as well as me. I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.